Welcome to this Bridgewater Now update. I'm John Locke. We've been away for a little while, but the town keeps moving through the calendar, and that includes the election cycle. We are less than a month away from the annual town election, and there are a couple of races on the BR School Committee. In Bridgewater, 3 people will be vying for 1 seat, while in Rainham, 2 people will be on the ballot for that seat, including Dr. Susan Prewandowski, who is running for re-election. It is worth noting that both communities will vote for both seats. There will also be 3 public library trustees elected, and all 3 names on the screen are running for re-election. We'll have a couple of debates coming up in the next couple of weeks, as well as the return of Candidates Corner, where each candidate will have about 5 minutes to talk to residents here in town. If you're a longtime resident of town, you may have noticed there are no council seats on the ballot, and those typically get voted on during the annual election. But because of the upcoming redistricting, those are expected to be up for election later on this year. Perhaps you look at the election and say it's just a school committee and library election, so there's not a lot on the line. There is one question on the ballot that may affect everybody here in town for years to come. On April 23rd, residents will be asked to approve a $23 million debt exclusion to fund a new fire station as well as fund upgrades at Station 2 located on Plymouth Street. Last year, a site assessment determined that the current main fire station located near the Common doesn't meet the space needs and is no longer a consideration for continued use. A new site has been proposed, which is 1185 Pleasant Street. Town Manager Michael Dutton released a brief statement saying, quote, "The current fire headquarters building has outlived its intended lifespan and no longer provides the space needed to efficiently provide services to the community, nor is it the type of modern facility that our firefighters deserve. The work that has gone into the project thus far and the work that will continue prioritizes providing the best service possible to our growing community, as well as meeting the needs of our fire department," end quote. Again, this question will appear on the ballot coming up on April 23rd, and if you're not in town that day, you can vote by absentee ballot at the town clerk's office. Coming up over the next few weeks, you'll see a tour that our cameras went on inside Station 1 to give you an idea of what the day-to-day operations look like in the fire department. You may have noticed the update and weather have been on a bit of hiatus over the past few weeks, as many things have been returning to normal. Our annual trip for March Madness did as well. For the 7th time in 8 years, BTV was on hand for the CACC tournament in New Jersey, and although it was the end of a career for Pro Basketball Hall of Famer Herb McGee as head coach in Jefferson, which is located in Philadelphia, our cameras were rolling for a huge shot in front of a loud crowd. About 1 week later, the crew made their way back north to Massachusetts for the NCAA D2 National Tournament in Waltham at Bentley for the first time in over 10 years. There we saw the host Falcons punch their ticket to the Division II Elite Eight, but in the end, it was a great experience for everybody on the crew. As always, the invitation is there to come down to the studio and help out with some of the productions. Call 508-697-1833 or email station manager Jeff Fowler at jfowler@btvxs.com for more information on how to get started. Turning to your health, there's no doubt that video of the war in Ukraine has been on your television set and maybe at times when kids are in the room. This may be such a delicate time and topic for kids who may see some of what's going on, but also have questions about it as well. According to doctors, the best thing to do to avoid stoking any fears, keep it simple.
It's far away, and that's something that grown-ups do. Let the grown-ups take care of this right now, okay? You're my little 6-year-old, you're my little 7-year-old, you're my sweet baby. We get to take care of you, and then we'll make sure the adults take care of that. So sometimes you just need to simplify it and simplify it.
Violent images can impact kids regardless of their age, but particularly those who haven't reached adolescence, and those images may appear in their nightmares and night terrors. With that, it's a good idea to monitor what kids are watching and shield younger children from the disturbing visuals. If they saw something frightening, make sure to ask plenty of questions to get a feel for how much they actually saw and how they're feeling. If there's any uneasiness, you can pull out a map to show how far away the conflict is actually taking place. And regardless of age, kids may need more support and reassurance from their parents right now.
In some way, try to insert that little piece of, if you see things or hear things that either you wonder about or that just are kind of scary, let's talk about it, because I find it kind of scary. I find war very disturbing. and help them normalize those thoughts. It's okay to feel kind of scared that this is happening in our world.
Doctors say that taking action can help a child's mind, like making cards or sending warm thoughts and wishing people well. And we thank you for watching this update. I'm John Luck.
My son is at that age where his imagination is really growing, and he's becoming more curious about the world around him. He's creative, exploring, and building things. He's a lion. Cub Scouting's pilot program for kindergarten-age boys gives my son the opportunity for adventure while helping him build a foundation he can stand on. Join today. Learn more at scouting.org/lion.
Okay, ready? Knock knock. Britney Spears. Britney Spears who? Britney Spears who?
That was good. I don't want to sing it because I keep thinking there's audio.